Aliens. A critical game here today against Tri-State.
You know, like run around, set a lot of screens, sprint the floor, go to offensive boards. There's no wearing anybody out here. It's mano-a-mano, and he got the best of me. Nice move by Jason Richardson right there, showing a little up and under. Little Kevin McHale, slippery salamander, they used to call that move.
Always comes back to Boston, right? As it should.
Hey, Kevin McHale, one of the best up and under players of all time. He just happens to play for the Celtics.
Shannon Brown with the answer. Now we are tied up at 2. Final game of the Big 3 regular season, and a ton at stake if the Aliens can win by at least 7. They'll be in the playoffs. Stat. Richardson. Follow the bouncing ball. Here's Brown, open for a 3, and Richardson got there for the block shot. Jay Rich now. A little uneven start to this one for both sides.
See, Amari's a smart player. He's played against. Yeah, let's go back to this. We'll call it a Jason Richardson move just to make you happy to placate you. But there's the show right underneath. There's the layup. Nice move by Jay Rich. I think he's really important in this game.
In and out for height, the Jay Rich will call it. A big week last week, a double-double against Power. First since week 1. Brown way off the mark. That was a 3-point attempt. And Tri-State's going to take over. Step back jumper. It's good over Greg Oden for Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, what I was talking about with Stoudemire is against the smaller guy, he's going to go inside. Against the bigger guy, he's going to move the ball and try to stretch him out. He knows exactly how to go against each type of defender.
And last touch by Oden. Scout, what have you seen from guys as they've adjusted to the game, to the season? Remember, this is week number 9 of the Big 3.
Sure, I think more than anything is people know exactly what they want to do now. You know, it's as opposed to when you start, you wonder, how are we going to get our offense? Now, you know how to play off guys, 2-man games, stuff like that. Drive to the basket, get Oden to go for that. Amari Stoudemire knows how to follow. I think right around that 3rd week, guys really start to know each other's tendencies.
Stoudemire off to a good start. Tri-State by 4. Oden doubled, steal for Jay Rich. In and out for Stoudemire. Brown toying with Richardson. Hit every piece of the iron, and then Brown with the loose ball foul against Stoudemire.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about the Aliens is I feel like if Oden's in there, you have to establish something at the rim, but here's the follow by Amari Stoudemire. Sometimes the best play is to just drive the ball and get that big engaged in the layup.
Backdoor denied. Richardson out for 3. Timeout. Tiny Archibald.
You're going to be hearing from lawyers. You might be detained after what happened earlier before you get out of the building. If I have it my way, you'll be sleeping in a jail cell tonight for that assault. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. No one's going to believe you in court.
I don't know if you're going to get over state lines when this one's all said and done.
And then if it's not working out, you can always go small, but in a half-court game, he can do things like that. It's a huge advantage to have Greg Oden on the floor.
He's going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. It's a 6-0 run right now for the Aliens. We're being stalked.
Oh, I didn't see that. Come on, Mike. We're friends now.
Nah, man.
We're friends now.
I don't trust you, man. You broke the code, man.
We're friends now. We're good, Mike. We're on the same team now.
It's the red-headed monsters, not the 3-headed monsters.
Yeah, no, we're
been stuck in this score for a while now. 11-6 Aliens. Diawara turns, knocked away by Oden, but right to the lefty. Edwards off the window.
Yeah, good hustle by Diawara, keeping that ball alive. Of course, the Edwards showing that soft touch.
A little more physical than the NBA. Oden off the mark.
No question, especially inside play.
Now Robinson the blow by and the finish against Brandon Rush. Nate looking a little frustrated. Owen sets up Vaden, the 3, got it. Robert Vaden off the bench extends the lead to 4.
Yeah, that's a nice play by Andre Owens. Just real simple play, engage the defense, but passing the ball on time, on target, and Vaden coming in, knocking down the 3.
Hook shot Edwards off the mark. Aliens had not made any changes to their roster all year. Healthy for the most part. On the steal by Edwards, could knock it off of Owens. Vaden played at Indiana, knocks down the three, and the Aliens, for now, there's the magic number, up by 7. Owens, baseline drive, the strength, and the finish. A ton of English going reverse for the captain, Andre Owens.
Look at that face, man. That guy's locked in right now. Owens doing it on both sides of the floor.
Owens personally recruited. A lot of his teammates flew to see Greg Oden in Ohio before the BIG3 season. Robinson, late whistle, but a foul. It's beyond, obviously, the strength, the leadership that made you say, it's the perfect #1 pick last year.
He goes all the way to half court. That far enough for you?
Ran back to Houston. Robinson can't get it back the first time in midair. The putback for Little Nate. Won the dunk contest in Dallas 2010. This is going the other way. The screen and the offensive foul on Ryan Hollins.
Spectacular that first half. Just doing all the hustle things, all the things that it takes.
Complain, unlike some people who have open microphones right now. And the report is that Nate Robinson will be returning to this game.
Michael, I'll limit the complaints. Is he talking about me?
It's amazing that Rap during his injury report, like, do your job. He wants to get into being an analyst. I told you, Mike wants to be me, and I don't want to be him.
Okay, listen, I'm trying to keep things professional. We have a player down, former Boston Celtic, just like yourself, Scalabrine. No one knows how that happened. We got a great game here today. These guys are not giving up. Playoff implications for both teams. Playoff implications for other teams. It seems like there's a lot of BIG3 ball players here in the arena hanging out after an electric performance from T.I.
Stoudemire leans in, tough shot over Hollins. Tri-State, chance to get this to halftime. Hollins now answers for the Aliens, ties the game up.
Yeah, you call that the disrespect shot. Stoudemire making him earn it. Hollins knocking it down.
This is for the break. Stoudemire sets up Richardson, the fake. Jay Rich takes flight and finishes. And we've hit the break in Dallas to close the ball out. Tri-State by 2 over the Aliens. Nate Robinson, we saw him on the bench grabbing the back of his right side as Oak slips and scores on the dunk and ties the game at 25.
Good play, that little back and forth with a hand back. Created a little confusion on the defensive end, which allowed Oden to get there. And Jason Richardson still showing you he's got the boost.
Reverse alley-oop jam from Jay Rich, a 2-time slam dunk contest champ. That's how you answer. Tri-State going back to the first half, a 17-6 run. Oden can't answer. Height attacks with his offhand. Bunny, no. Rebound Oden. Oh, he tried to hold off Height, and we get a foul. Let's see, is this Height or is this Oden? All right, Stoudemire not happy with the call.
Wait, what's the call? They called Amari Stoudemire with. I don't know. I guess that was on Height. Not sure what that call was.
Trying to get the block, trying to answer. Oden's going to the line, but mention how important it is to keep your cool. If a team gets 2 technical fouls, that second one, you get not just 1 2-point shot.
Cases with Oden when I was out there. He gets the ball on the block. He's pretty much impossible to stop. But you have to work him on this end right here. Amari put him in pick and rolls, Height getting downhill. Got to keep Oden engaged in plays like that. Pretty strict rule, no cursing allowed. That's going to be automatic technical.
Right now for the Aliens to make a run. Not just win, but win by at least 7. Oden had the step on Stoudemire before the shot.
It's good deep right by Jay Rich.
Rush launches and hits a big 3 right in front of us. Brandon Rush.
That is demoralizing. When you play good defense, a guy bounces it out and knocks down the 3.
Stoudemire and Oden. That's the big matchup, and Stat brings Tri-State to within one. Eight for Stoudemire. Oden almost lost it. And finds a way to score. The strength of Greg Oden, now with 8 points for the Aliens.
Man, these two guys are battling. You got to go back to Stoudemire right here.
On cue. And Oden trying to ward off Stoudemire's call for the foul.
Love the fact that Stoudemire is up for the challenge. Both these guys right now dominating since the half has started. Here's Stoudemire showing you the quicks.
4-point shot off the mark for Height. Jay Rich fall away. That a little more conventional. Holds Tri-State to within one, where the 4-point shot could change so much in a Big 3 game.
You saw that in game one. Those ball hogs figured it out with that 4-point shot.
Oden in his office, off the right block. And steps on Greg Oden. He traveled. It's not an easy spot to be in against a 7-footer. Stoudemire's going to the line for a 2-point shot. And this comes back to the point you made in the first half about how critical it's going to be for both these teams here at the line after the break.
Yeah, a lot of physical play right now. So as they take a timeout, we're going to bring Hollins in, see if he can do a better job on the defensive end.
During the timeout in the commercial, Brian Scalabrine, Nate Tiny Archibald teed up and ejected. The Aliens coach has been tossed, and let's go back to the conversation.
Yeah, here he is with the coach, and they're explaining to us, Nate came out and he went after the officials, double technical, and he got ejected. And Nate was not happy. Now, I get there's a lot of physical play going on, but it seemed like it's been going both ways. But the end result is going to be Nate Tiny Archibald in a game that they need to go to the playoffs and win by 7. He's out of here.
They're going to shoot it at the line. And then it's going to be inbounded. Robert Height with the 2-point shot. Tri-State takes the lead, so new man at the helm of the over Hollins, well short. Got to look at Victor Kelly, acting coach for the Aliens, is Brandon Rush. They're going to need him to step up, drills the 3. Rush just kept it in near the Tri-State bench, but gave it up. Richardson cleaned up. Stoudemire is going to the line for a 2-point shot. And they have really played through Stoudemire today. Gets that bounce. He has 10 points. Now he's 4 of 13 from the floor, but he's tied the game at 37 for Tri-State. Last weekend, huge win against Power. Owens crossover.
So I thought the officials did a good job of controlling the game. Now, whether they get every call right or wrong, that's a different conversation. They've done a good job of making this, once again, about basketball.
Robinson sets up Stoudemire, crashing into Oden. And another chance at the line for Amari Stoudemire.
Roll with Oden. You've got to come off hard. Like, you've got to make Oden believe you're going to turn the corner. That gets him engaged more. Now when you make that pass, Stoudemire has a little bit extra room to go up and make a play at the rim.
Oden inside, clearing space. Rush can't finish. I just took Stoudemire out of the play. Almost got the bucket. Richardson now answers with the 3 for Tri-State.
Yeah, I said Richardson has to play well for Tri-State to win, and Richardson has been delivering in the second half, starting with that alley-oop dunk.
He's got 15 for the game. Double-double last week. Oden denied Stoudemire, but there's Owens to put it back in for the Aliens. Scott, look at the score. They basically need to close this game on a run to get to the postseason.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Stoudemire bobbles, Oden took it away. Can they put together a perfect finish? Stolen away, Stoudemire, hook shots good off glass, and the foul with that basket. That basically assures the three-headed monsters of a playoff spot next week in New Orleans.
I was watching the crowd. There's a couple guys from the three-headed monsters here. They knew exactly what you were talking about. Stood up right away, gave a fist pump, say, we are in. They're going to get a chance to play for a Big 3 championship.
I'm looking now. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, who had the huge start to the second half last week in Miami. He is sitting right behind the Tri-State bench. Mission accomplished. Three-headed monsters win their final 2 games. They'll play in the Final 4 next week. Owen steps out for 3. Gets his own rebound. Rush now. Drills it. Brandon Rush with the 3.
Yeah, that has to be communicated beforehand. That's the issue when you're a head coach, and I'm not trying to put it on the assistant coach. When the head coach is not there, you can have a little confusion at times. But this is what you said, the 3rd technical, so it's going to be 2 free throws, which the points are just adding up for Tri-State right now. And Tri-State has an opportunity right here to close this thing out.
Tri-State 3-5 2 years ago. They won 5 games last year. If they win, it's a 500 season. Robinson airmails Richardson. So close. Still a 5-point game. Let's go back to the timeout when they had none.
Oh, right there, you're right. And the coach, you know what? That's not on him. That's on Andre Owens for not recognizing the 2 timeouts that Nate called in that first half. That hurt.
In fact, in the 4-point shot, we almost never see a team pick up 2 technicals in one game, but in this case, Aliens do. Tiny Archibald ejected earlier. Owens a 4-point shot. And now it's Tri-State by 5. Chance to win. Point game. Tri-State's made 4 of its last 5 from the field. Nate lost the ball. Was tripped by Andre Owens. A foul on the Aliens.
So now you can't win a game with a free throw. So the ball's, normally he would get free throws, Aliens over the limit, but that you can't do that, you got to go side out of bounds.
Richardson for the win. Another chance. Jay Rich, high off glass, tipped in. Was it basket interference? No, wave it off. No basket for Stat.
I was wondering if you could replay this. I'm not sure you can or not. I got to see if the ball clears the cylinder. Here it is. There's Amari Stoudemire. He's hanging. Well, from that angle, that looked like it was going off. The question is any part of the ball in the cylinder? Really, in that situation, with everyone laying on the ground, Stoudemire could just waited. So we got to go to the replay. But you're right, talking about the playoffs and the way that they unfold. Three-headed monster, they had their chance to beat the triplets, and Joe Johnson just made an unbelievable shot. There's a replay once again. I mean, unless we have an overhead cam, it's going to be tough to see that, and it's probably going to be tough for them to overrule that as well.
Now the saving grace is Tri-State still leading by 5, but will it end on that second glance off the rim? Throw off Stoudemire's timing just a little bit.
Yeah, they're gonna. This call is going to stand. But yeah, I'm pumped up about the playoffs. I know. Very difficult with 12 teams how to create a playoff format. But the idea, listen, you got 4 teams that have a chance to win it. 2 teams playing for position, whether you're 5th or 6th. And I like the fact that these guys are going to be playing for something. It's going to be an unbelievable environment down in New Orleans.
And Ice Cube has talked about that throughout the year. Everyone from the Big 3 feels so good about the fact that you play 8 games in the regular season, 12 teams. The top 4 get it. It's not 6, it's not 8. Now 6 will go to New Orleans and play. Whoa, Tri-State gets the benefit of the call. It's over.
All right, there you go.
51-44, Tri-State with the big surge down the stretch, and Stoudemire with 17 points to close it out for Dr. J's club. 500th season for Tri-State.